Learning how to work your land can take a lifetime. For many, it's a life worth living.
We love it, and we wouldn't be anywhere else.
These two families were born to farm. Joe and Sarah Wood raised their family on Wildwood Farm.
It's kind of neat because you're far enough away from the city, but like if you do need to go to the city, it's not a terrible drive. But then also if you just want to go to the mountains, it's a click away. Or if you want to go to the desert, it's a click away.
Yeah, we're kind of right.
We're right in the middle of everything that Utah has to offer. But then also we get to have still the small town feel of raising our children and not being in a complete congested area. Starting to grow pretty quickly.
Yes, very quickly.
Ben and Andrea Vinson started the VW family farm 12 years ago. They raised their two kids, Lane and Emily, and a whole bunch of animals.
So right now the cows are way back there.
Our rotational grazing system goes around that way to the west and down, and then back up this east side.
They wanted a healthier life. Ben had to cut out processed food, so the whole family joined in. Just this year, VW Family Farm started raising enough fresh, clean food for others. They ship their meat across the country. They're building a business. They're building a legacy. A legacy starts small.
Like we've been working on property and home and all these different things.
But strengthens with trust and time.
But I think it takes a little bit when you're first getting into cattle, different kinds of animals, to figure out what you need and what works. You can dream it all up on paper, but until you really get in there and start running cows through your system, you're not going to see your weaknesses and, hey, I wish I would have done this different.
From central Utah,
we have open farm fields where we are at, but you can see the mountains in the distance pretty much 360 degrees around, which I love.
To central Arkansas.
Herding cows, you can't let anyone buy you or they see an exit and they all want to double back. Go on, Dolly.
You'll find some of life's most important lessons can be learned on a farm.
We have a small hobby farm with our family and a whole bunch of animals.
Respect. Respect for the land and all its creatures.
That's one of my milk cows. She's a brown Swiss blondie, and she will cause trouble if given the chance.
I'm actually the one that got our family into horses. That paint out there, that was my very first horse. And so I've been borrowing horses ever since I was a little kid because we didn't have the money to get them until we moved down here. I've just always loved them. I used to pretend to be a horse. I've always had little baby horses forever, just like little toys and everything. I just love them.
Chickens are the one animal that he'll sit and kind of bump with his nose like I think he's going to try to nip him. He makes me just a little nervous. Dogs and chickens, they're hard.
Independence.
He's really handy, and so usually if I want something, he just builds it.
The value of $1.
Because hay's out the roof right now.
Learning how and where to save $1 just makes sense.
Supply and demand.
Reliable equipment is key.
We are saving money and saving hay.
Even if those horses are eating and pushing it around, it's not, that circular one is not going to tip over.
Yeah, that was a real problem with the one that we were using before. We would put it in one spot and pretty much every day it would either be knocked over or somewhere else. When you're paying a lot of money for hay, you want it to last, and like you want an efficient feeder. We have multiple horses, like we have several horses, and horses fight over food, and there's always somebody that's kind of the first to eat. And so
He's coming back out again.
They'll kind of kick at each other and bite each other and chase each other off the feeder. But where the circular equine basket is round, it helps with the waste just because they're not pushing it around onto the ground, stepping on it. So it's a blessing to have it last longer if you're going to be paying the prices we're paying for hay right now.
From saving money to safety, protecting your investment, and making your land work for you.
So we are getting it put together. Actually, we're in the tearing down part right now. We have struggled with this system for literally years now.
I would really like a 2-foot walkway.
We're gonna be punting with the food.
You learn not to take yourself too seriously.
Oh, we get tired of climbing over. I don't blame you.
He says we get tired of climbing over, but the real reason is I'm very, very clumsy. And so he's thinking climbing over equals hospital bills. For both of us.
And this is the second generation of clumsy. Training her right.
The only thing I've ever ordered from IFA was chickens.
And she paid a bunch of money and they were all roosters.
I think I'm just gonna add a bunch more hens. I can't get rid of my roosters. I love them too much, but they're such a problem.
This life isn't for everybody.
Hey guys, come on. Come on, let's go.
It's a life that doesn't settle for mediocrity.
So while the guys are finishing setting up the corral, Lane and I are actually gonna go get some cows and bring them up and run them through this new system.
Almost isn't enough. Do it well or not at all.
I'm gonna push up on it. 1, 2. Well, too far already. 1, 2. There you go. Let the end come out. Beautiful.
When you're putting these in, you need, I'm gonna say at least 3 people. Definitely makes it a whole lot easier because you've about got to go on both pieces at the same time. They're a real tight fit, which makes for sturdy equipment.
Horses are an ongoing project, literally from the time that they're broke until the time that they die. You are still working with them. So even the horses that we've been riding for years, we still work them, which means you basically just refresh them and warm them up.
But all things grow with love.
We have been married for 23 years.
23, yeah.
You can answer how many kids we have, can't you?
Yeah, I think so. We have 4.
We have 6, almost. We have 4. But we also have a son-in-law and a soon-to-be son-in-law in July.
It's almost like building a house and then you realize, hey, if I ever built another one, I know exactly what I want. And that's what we're doing today. We're rebuilding the house. And this is going to be just about perfect for us. It's gonna solve all the little problems we've had along the way. We're getting it all put together. It's super exciting. Look at this beautiful equipment. It is such a blessing and we are just really pumped to have it. Can't wait to run our first animals through it and see how well it works and not be struggling to get chutes open and gates open and get our trailer backed up because it's too tight of an area and all those things. We're gonna get it just perfect. Emily, you are doing awesome.
Thanks.
I might give you a bonus today. What do you think?
A legacy is earned. At Tarter Farm and Ranch Equipment, we salute these families who are growing their legacies. Families who work hard, work the land, and whose land works for them.
It's turned into something fun.
Yeah, we love it. We love it here.
We're here to help. We have been since 1945 when our great-grandfather C.V. Tarter started the company by crafting wooden farm gates by hand. Now we're the leading manufacturer of American-made farm and ranch equipment. Our family-run business remains committed to creating high-quality products for your farm or ranch.
A few things I am super excited about that we haven't had up to this point is this head gate is adjustable.
That's our legacy. We're Tarter Farm and Ranch Equipment, improving life on your land since 1945.